নীল রঙের বাক্স দেখতে পাবো, চেন খুলতে হবে না এমনি।
They have not addressed my lord the issues that was raised. These notes which were documented.
That's the reason why we called for a report.
I just played a couple of things. Subsequent, my lord.
Today's affidavit filed by Melanet Fund is to be supplied to us.
I just give a copy.
This is the response you are appearing for?
NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation.
So NTPC should be the principal respondent actually.
No,
Today, my lord, this particular affidavit and issue concerns only the local administration, my lord. It would be only with relation to the long-term plan, my lord, which will be taken up for the final hearing, my lord. They would be required to be heard. As of today, my lord, only for the purpose of taking urgent and immediate steps, the local administration is to be heard, sir. But subsequent, my lord, the filing of the.
Where is the supplementary affidavit?
It should be I got, my lord.
Supplementary affidavit?
Response to the document.
No, this is the response to the supplementary affidavit.
electricity तो मिलता नहीं तुम लोग तो
Choose there, my lord, at paragraph 5 and sub-paragraph 8 to 5.
I think the supplementary affidavit.
Supplementary.
counter it is a counter. It has response to
Response, additional affidavit. There's an additional affidavit.
the response, supplementary affidavit.
Additional.
Additional affidavit final.
This is from Union affidavit.
It was a.
These are all very theoretical. What is the practical?
Well, as of today, what is the scenario? Let's come to that matter. Subsequent to the filing of this supplementary affidavit, there's a paper publication in the newspaper of the government department. It's a daily telegram, it's published by the authorities, madam.
What does it say?
Admitted position, madam. They admit the load shedding or the power disruption.
It's additional affidavit.
That is not only about response. It should be by the petition.
When did you file your supplementary affidavit?
Friday.
So it's still not on record.
Was filing the registry, madam. Then to check it the registry, madam, by that time I'll just place certain facts, madam. If my lord looks in that table, my lord, the authorities admit.
The area-wise tentative load shedding schedule that
8 hours. They admit that there is a power disruption for 8 hours in rotational manner, but it is not 8 hours, it is about 10 to 12 hours. Let it be whatever they say, madam, 8 hours or 12 hours. Even if it is 8 hours, madam, that's not a small time frame, madam. Now, yet now thereafter, my lord, what the authorities do, they don't have the courage to admit things, my lord. They call the Andaman Chamber of Commerce, my lord, and persuade and pressurize them to issue a further press notice, my lord. Kindly see, now we possibly are living in a situation which is as if there is a lockdown and lockout, my lord, and we don't move, my lord. Kindly see, it says that the meeting was held with at Secretariat Conference Hall on 2825, chaired by Director Powers, so and so, regarding the issue of power shortage and demand side management. The meeting was attended by officers of electricity department, members of chambers of and members of local hotels. The director informed that the shortage would continue till the next 3 months and requested support of cooperation from the trade by implementing the following. What? All hotel restaurants will have to run their own generators between 5 to 10 p.m. All commercial establishment office should shut down by 6 p.m. and the shops by 7:30
And
p.m.
who monitors this?
How can they do that, my lord? How can this is not the way the state has to act? Now kindly, my lord, kindly come to my supplementary affidavit.
Supplementary evidence.
I'll share my lord by the time it comes from the registry, my lord.
Let us just, it's come, let us just hear the state. What do you propose to do immediately?
Immediately, my lord.
There should be some immediate steps to be taken, not this 3 months waiting time.
I had suggested certain things. My lord, may kindly come to my supplementary affidavit, my lord.
Yes.
Page 4. They were, my lord, required to address on these issues, my lord, by way of the response. The first is, what I say is that the demand is 50 megawatts and the generation is 33 megawatts, the shortage of
20 megawatts.
20 megawatts, my lord. There's a power disruption of 10 to 12 hours, I said. They don't admit in the affidavit, but I show it from the paper publication that it is there, my lord. Now kindly come to point number C, my lord. This has not been addressed by the authorities in the response to the supplementary affidavit. This is very important, my lord. The Central Electricity Authority had approved proposal for purchase of 15 megawatt diesel generator, 9 megawatt for Chatham Powerhouse and 6 megawatt of Phoenix Bay Powerhouse. During the year 2024, the file relating to the tender process was turned down by the Lieutenant Governor with the observation that the administration should opt for green energy. In order to resolve power crisis, the administration is under an obligation to finalize the tendering process at an early date. My lord, the financial competence of the Lieutenant Governor was 50 crores, my lord. Since it was exceeding his financial competence, it was sent to the central authority, that is the Central Electricity Authority. Once the Central Electricity Authority, my lord, had approved it, my lord.
So did the Lieutenant Governor have the authority
No,
to?
my lord, he absolutely did not. And they have not dealt with this issue in their response. They are required to, my lord, immediately resubmit this proposal, my lord, for implementation of it, my lord. Number one, my lord. Now, my lords may kindly come to D then thereafter. So they cannot pick and choose as to what they will answer and what they will not answer. This was an order of this honorable court that they were required to give a response to whatever issues were raised by us. It's not an adversary litigation. We are pursuing a public interest litigation in the interest of the public at large, my lord.
Absolutely.
Nothing personal to do it. We have nothing personal against the authorities, nothing personal against any individual, my lord. Now kindly come, my lord, to D. The 5 megawatt diesel generator operational at Chatham Powerhouse was closed on 27 July 2025 on account of expiry of tender period, and the proposal for extension was refused by Lieutenant Governor. In order to meet the present crisis, the administration should direct to extend the term of the contract. Well, this may be a policy decision, maybe an administrative decision. The courts normally do not interfere. But if it infringes the right to livelihood of an individual or the public at large, then definitely the court can intervene and interfere and give appropriate directions, my lord. So that, my lord, till the long-term issues which are there, 50 megawatt LNG project, which we are not dealing today, which will be dealt, my lord, at the time of final hearing. Till those things are taken up, my lord, these immediate measures of resubmitting the proposal of 15 megawatt establishment of 15 megawatt and extending the period of 5 megawatt should be done. Now, my lord, if we come to E, my lord, thereafter, this is very interesting, my lord. A tender has been floated for installation of a 10 megawatt diesel generator. We have basically 3 powerhouses, my lord, which is run in these islands. One is at Phoenix Bay, second is at Chatham, and third is at Bamboo Flat. Some of the machines are government operated, some are on the basis of tenders, my lord, on contract basis. So these people, they come, operate. There are certain disputes also at times. Some claims are there, counter claims are there, arbitrations are there. Now this 10 megawatt diesel generator, my lord, was approved at point E, my lord, for installation. Now, what the authorities are saying that only when that gentleman who is there, whose tender was not extended on 27th July, if he vacates that premises and clears it, possibly as per the agreement, what I'm aware, for clearing, he has an absolute right of 45 days to clear the site. Once he clears it, then the machines will come from well and will take another 1 or 2 months. Installation of a 10 megawatt DC set is a huge machine, Malab, which will take another 3 months. If you sum up all these periods, Malab, this is going to take 7 to 8 months to install. The alternative, what I had suggested here, which has not been answered, is that at Phoenix Bay Powerhouse, there is space. You install it there, get those machines immediately, install it at Phoenix Bay Powerhouse. There is no response to it. I understand, I'm aware, I cannot dictate as to where it is to be
That again
installed.
goes against their policy decision. It has to be installed at
Yes.
Chatham only, I think.
No, but if the immediate requirement is there, and if there is a
No,
provision.
there should be a stopgap arrangement. Let the machines come. There should be a stopgap arrangement. Let us, you have other points also here in this retendering process, etc. Let us
Yes,
hear.
the other issues are there, my lord. Early action should be taken for installation of 2.5 megawatt, 3 megawatt generator to Sudhir sales. Again, this gentleman has been, or this company has been awarded, my lord, with the work, and he has not yet commissioned and installed it. What is the progress, where it is, how much he has achieved? Nothing in the response, my lord. The response is silent on this issue. Again, G, it's silent, my lord. Point I is also very important, my lord. Let them, at least as far as now, they can file some additional affidavit, my lord, as far as I is concerned, my lord, in terms of Rule 3 of the Electricity Act, Right to Consumers Rules 2020, there is a provision, my lord, which has been approved by the central government. There is a provision for payment of compensation, my lord. The department is a licensee, my lord. If a licensee is not able to provide the consumers, because we are consumers, we pay them. It's not, if they can't say, we pay this rate or that rate, it's the central government who decides the tariff, and it is not any officer of the administration's lookout as to what I'm paying and what I'm not paying. But the Rule 13, my lord, it says, if the licensee is not in a position to supply uninterrupted power supply, then he is under an obligation, my lord, to pay compensation to the consumers, my lord. Rules are there, but in terms of the rules, they have to formulate the mechanism for payment of compensation, which they are not doing it.
Let us hear the state. Have you responded to these issues raised? Please show me one by one. Please show us one by one.
Can we come to B? Issue with regard to the power shortage of.
So shall we take up your response or additional response?
Nothing. I find it responsible.
You have filed a counter affidavit and an additional affidavit. I'll take up.
Supplementary affidavit 7.
You call it counter affidavit, right?
Yes.
We find 3 responses actually. That's confusing.
Response to the supplementary affidavit
Yes.
dated 7th of August.
Yes. How have you dealt with each of the issues? Please show us.
B.
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 Yes.
But they say with regard to the 15 megawatts, it has been closed down in the Chatham. So we have dealt in lot and B, as on date, there is a power shortage of approximately 8 to 9 megawatt. They say that it is of higher than this, but we have disclosed in the response that at present there is a shortage of 8 to 9 megawatt.
Yes.
This is due to the short supply of 3 megawatt existing higher power plant due to the closure of 5 megawatt DG plant at Chatham. Further, there has been rise in the peak demand due to prevailing weather conditions. The plant and Chatham was closed down in order to provide space to upcoming higher power plant of 10 megawatt capacity at the same location. The power purchase agreement has been signed on 31st July 2025 and this plant is expected to be commissioned in next 3 to 4 months. It would be pertinent to mention that the upcoming plant of 10 megawatt shall deliver power at a lower tariff and better fuel efficiency. Now, this is with regard to Chatham. They have said we have been signed with an agreement. It will be commissioned within 3 to 4 months.
That is their case also.
Lord, there is
3 to 4 months after clearance of the.
no, we have mentioned in this, it is expected to be commissioned within 3 to 4 months. We have mentioned in the response. Not because the DG set which has been installed, that has to be removed and a fresh DG set has to be installed. Because we have planned. So
Removal will take 45 days.
no, we have planned in this during this season because monsoon is so that the supply of the demand should be balanced. But due to the weather condition, it has been not able to do it. So we have specifically mentioned that within 3 to 4 months it will be commissioned. Lord. This has been, we are working on it. Lord. We are not saying that we are not working on it because each and every day we are.
What is the stopgap arrangement for the consumers?
Lord, at
This will
present,
come 3 to 4 months, may take 6 months, 7 months, fine.
at present there is
That's a new installation.
that is why Manoj, we have on a rotational basis we have been this situation was earlier also the same situation which was been managed subsequently, but we have also mentioned that in the daily telegram that the rotational
Everything you
load
3
shedding.
to 4 months. So what will happen during these 3-4 months?
Not
You'll
rather,
get compensation?
not that cannot be not because we have been working on it. Not. That's why we have disclosed what are the situations we have been facing.
Consumers cannot wait for 3 to 4 months.
Not that load shedding is not as per their allegation is a 10 to 12. That is not the correct fact in question. Not we are on rotational basis.
The last 2 weeks and we are facing it.
Lord, I understand Lord, the
No
difficulties.
making any submission.
Lord, I understand, but Lord, we being an administration, we are also managing the situation so that the
Managing.
Lord, that's why we have disclosed, Lord, what are the steps which we have taken and what will be the future remedies so that it can be curtailed. The crisis problems.
See, when the Central Electricity Authority has approved, what business did the Lieutenant Governor have to turn it down?
They are not.
Lord, that we have to file and supplement because Lord, only in regard as Lord, we have given a short period of time, Lord, we have given a response, Lord, because
That this is not a response at all.
Lord, we have disclosed.
You have given all wonderful dreams for future. After
the right word,
6 months, this will happen that
Lord, this is a policy decision, Lord, that has to be seen. Lord,
suffering, sir.
Lord, I understand, Lord. We are.
We expect.
Lord, I humbly submit. Lord, I humbly submit before Lordships that we are working on it, Lord. I know that.
Please don't reiterate your submissions, please.
Lord,
It's sounding very good.
Lord, I understand,
Lord,
because my humble submission is that, Lord, we have shown what are the measures we have taken and what will be the future course of action so that it can be.
To reply to this, where is the reply to C?
Lord, with regard to C, it has to be filed by a supplementary by disclosing the documents and what because it should be decided not by the sole by the it is by the committees. So it has to be brought by a way of an affidavit.
So the committees are all above the Central Electricity Authority.
No, Lord, that has to be seen. Lord, offer that project will be benefited to this island. That has to be analyzed.
When the Central Electricity Authority approves a project, does the Lieutenant Governor have the power to turn it down?
Lord, that is a
Who is superior?
Lord, but that project has to be benefited. That project has to be benefited for this island as well as the financial crisis has to be made.
Please forget about the beneficial part. When the Central Authority approves, they have it in mind that it will be beneficiary.
Lord,
they are not sitting idle there and just putting their signatures on documents. They have looked into the pros and cons of the matter before approving it.
Yes, not to that extent.
That's approved and you have not challenged that before a higher forum. You need to abide by it. You have no other option. The Lieutenant Governor has no other option but to abide by the approval. Right? Have you done that?
That is, my Lord, with humble submission that I say, my Lord, because that is once which has been decided whether that project will be benefited for this, that has to be analyzed.
Who will decide? Who will analyze?
The committee is there, my Lord, and it will be actually decided.
What does the committee have after it has been approved?
Lord,
you have crossed that state of analysis and benefits.
Lord, to that extent, my Lord, promise we will disclose an affidavit.
See, this also could have added to some, could have given some solace to the consumers.
No, we for the
installation, early action should be taken. Everything, all these are very wonderful dreams.
Lord, it is.
Where is the action?
Lord, we have been doing this action is because as we have said in B, C, D.
This installation stalled. 2.5 megawatts and 3 megawatts generated through Sudhi sales.
No, that
tender was awarded. Why has this not been commissioned?
There is no office.
No, it will be commissioned, my Lord. It will be commissioned. We have mentioned, my Lord.
Let it be taken up subject to my lordship's acceptance by after some time, if it is convenient. Let's assume somebody, some senior responsible officer come and assess this all before.
But so far
Not
as
so soon, we don't think so.
that so far as that two aspect is concerned, my lord, we will file a supplementary affidavit by enclosing the documents, my lord, what are the
You
colors and
have three affidavits which do not deal with anything.
No, no, my lord, I have filed only one today, my lord, because these are all old affidavits, my lord, because
What are these?
my lord has told us to give a response to the supplementary affidavit.
Is this a response?
My lord,
What is given is nothing.
My lord, what have we have been worked out, my lord, what are the future plans, future course of action, and
You worked out very successfully on one issue. Today is the last day of the circuit, so we can somehow place something before the court so
no,
that
no,
the
no,
circuit goes.
this is not absolutely.
And
My lord, I
sometime.
we are standing.
Nothing else, sir.
That is right, my
This
lord,
is
we are standing.
unfortunate. This is, you're the authority, you're the
Lord,
administration.
we are.
With the responsibility of the entire island.
That's right,
If
my
this
lord.
is your level of responsibility, it's very unfortunate.
Lord, I hold on for what my lord is saying, but my lord, we have our situation has been explained, my lord, in this response. That's why, my lord, I'm pointing out, my lords, toward these responses which we have pointed out, because, my lord, it is a remedy which has to be.
We are asking for a stopgap arrangement. Yes, you bring a big machine, install, they'll get lot of electricity. All the dreams are wonderful. Very nice to dream about them. What is the stopgap
My
arrangement?
lord, the crisis has occurred due to the shutdown of one unit, my lord. That is why the at this present situation, which is were come to in scenarios because of the shutdown of one unit, and that was commissioned, and we are already mentioned that it will be commissioned within 3 to 4 months. Not this is when mentioned in the affidavit also by the authorities concerned. Well, we have specifically mentioned how we will going to curtail these issues of crisis of
3
power
to 4
supply.
months may be a very short time for your administration because they are not suffering they are not facing the brunt.
Not a long time. My lord, this is not an. No, this is happening in previous.
Energy Corporation sees submitted that the MOU they have not signed with the Solar Energy Corporation for the past 1.5 years.
No, that MOU, no, that is been turned down by the ministry itself, my lord. We are not saying it is in the ministry itself has turned down.
Please show us.
Yes, my lord.
And you have not informed them, the Solar Energy Authority, that it has been turned down.
These are
My lord, the three, if my lord will see, 21st March 2025 was the first one, my lord. There is 20.9 megawatt grid connected to SVP power plant.
This requests approval, 21st March.
Yes, yes, ma'am. But that is next page is a 30 megawatt, my lord. And the next page, 14 megawatt oblique.
This is the process which is going on. Nothing has been turned down.
not turned down.
No.
Your Lordships, I appear for respondent number 6, SECI, Solar Energy Corporation. So, Your Lordships, by a letter from the administration dated 17th April 25, the two projects, 30 megawatt and 20.95, we have been discharged from implementing those projects because the administration is now implementing those projects themselves.
My lord, this has been stopped. It has been stopped.
And for the third project, Your Lordships, which is the 20 megawatt BESS project, now through a note filed by the respondents, the administration, they are saying that they have informed MNRE that they are implementing the project themselves. MNRE has told them to implement the project themselves. So, Your Lordships, we are no longer involved in implementing any project in the island right now. And we have said so in our affidavit also, Your Lordships. So, we are seeking discharge from the array of parties. And the administration has not signed any MOU with us as well, Your Lordships. We have given them a signed MOU. This is there in our affidavit. If Your Lordships wishes, I'll take Your Lordships through the pages.
Yes, your affidavit was filed
On 5th of July, Your Lordships. Notarized 4th, it was filed on 5th. My colleague is there in court as well. He will be able to assist with the exact date.
6, respondent number 6.
Yes, Your Lordships. Your lordships has the affidavit?
Yes,
Yes, if I may show your lordships annexure R4,
at page,
which is at page 29. Your lordships have page 29, your lordships, if I may be allowed to read. This is dated 21st March 25. It's issued by the MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs. This is regarding the, if I may read the subject, approval of RFS and PPA for selection of solar power developer through tariff-based competitive bidding process for setting up of rooftop solar power plant with proposed capacity of 30 megawatt in Andaman and Nicobar Islands under RESCO mode. Now, if your lordships will take para B, instead of appointing SECI as the bid process manager, the tender should be floated, processed by the UT administration itself, and the approval of the lowest rates obtained from the tender, if found reasonable, it should be obtained from the JERC as per the legal provisions. If technical guidance is required in preparing the tender and PPA, it should be obtained directly from MNRE or Ministry of Power. This is regarding the 20.995. 30 megawatt. This is 30 megawatt. On the next page, your lordships, page 30, is a similar letter issued for 20.95 project. It's a similar letter, your lordship. Again, para B. Instead of appointing SECI as the bid process manager, the tender should be floated, processed by the UT administration itself, and the approval of the lowest rates discovered from the tender, if found reasonable, should be obtained from the JERC as per the legal provisions. So, your lordships, even though we were as per September 22, MNRE had appointed us as responsible for implementing the projects. Now the Ministry of Home Affairs says we are no longer responsible. Then your lordships may take respondent annexure R6, which is at page 40. Your lordships have page 40.
yes,
Yes, your lordships, this is a communication dated 17th April 25 from the Andaman and Nicobar administration. If your lordship sees the subject, request to halt the initiation of tendering process for both 20.95 grid connected solar PV plant with BESS and 30 megawatt RTS plant as per MHA's direction. Then your lordships, the directions are mentioned in the reference at serial number 5 and 6, the two directions. Then your lordships, the administration tells us
has to discontinue, right?
yes, discontinued. So, your lordships, we are not implementing this project anymore. Now, your lordships, in a note filed by the respondents, it's an unsigned note which has been filed by the respondent. They are saying that as per a communication dated 15th April 25, even for the 20 megawatt project, we are no longer responsible because they have written to CEA. Now, your lordships, we don't have that communication. But for the 20 megawatt project, your lordships, if I may show you annexure R5, which is at page 31. This was the, if your lordships have page 31, your
Yes.
lordships, this is the memorandum. This is the memorandum, which is for implementation of the 20 megawatt plant. This is between, if your lordship sees the first page, this is between the administration of Andaman and Nicobar and Solar and SECI.
Yes,
Yes, and if your lordships, I'm just taking your lordships directly to the last page, which is at page 36.
yes,
It's signed by SECI, it is not signed by the government.
right,
This
right.
was in March. And then also your lordships at annexure R11, which is R11, your lordships, which is at page 106 of the affidavit.
Yes,
Your lordships, we have shared the draft. We have shared the, your lordships, I apologize. This is the cost benefit analysis regarding the project which had been shared by us. Your lordships, just after that, which at page 159, I apologize, your lordships, 159. in November 23, we had shared the draft tenders with them to the administration. It's an email, Your Lordships, at 1:59. If Your Lordship see, it's from Shubham Mishra at seki.co.in. This is November 20th, 23, addressed to the administration. Please find attached herewith the draft tender document for 4 megawatt, 20 megawatt BESS project at Dollygunge for consideration and approval. So, Your Lordships, in November 23, we had shared the draft tenders with them. So, Your Lordship, and after that, we've again shared the revised tender with them, which is at Annexure 28, which is at page 169.
Not approved of this, right?
Nothing has been approved, Your Lordships. We have done our job, even though the MOU has not been signed. So, Your Lordships, nothing remains of our role. We have made timely progress and we have shared the draft tender, whatever our duty was. But now, Your Lordships, it appears we don't have to implement the project at all anymore. Therefore, Your Lordships, we are just seeking discharge from the array of parties because no relief has been sought against us. And now we are no longer implementing any of the projects as well.
In substance of what my learned friend has stated, these are all long-term programs, Solar Energy Corporation. They were only appointed as the bid processing managers, Their only work was to process the tender, float it, and get it done for them. What the ministry has only said that no, let the Solar Energy Corporation of India not do it. You do it of your own self. This is what is the ultimate decision. Now 5 months have elapsed. Tenders have not been floated.
So,
I think it would have been better if
first and foremost, let the sixth respondent be discharged. They have no responsibility now.
Well, if they say so, that in view of these
The
letters,
documents say so.
if in view of these
Documents say
letters,
so, right?
they have no further role to play.
Yes, yes.
What is the just give it? Not to come to case number 3.
These, this,
Your response.
yes, ma'am. That in order to mitigate the prevailing demand gap, supply gap, may I read, madam?
Give me a minute.
Yes.
Page number 3.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
D, madam. To get the prevailing demand supply gap, department is also exploring the possibility of augmenting power supply from the existing power plants. As already indicated in the preceding paragraph, there is a shortage of 3 megawatt from the existing hired power plants on account of breakdown of diesel in one of the existing hired power plant. This is expected to be augmented within fortnight. Further possibility of drawing additional powers from the existing power plant is also being explored. But we are working on it, not to so that the additional powers can also be explored so that the requirement should be met out, But this is one aspect, my lord, with regard to the other aspects, my lord, the administration is working on it, my lord, because it is required some time consuming process, my lord. But even though we are, so that there cannot be any problems to the consumers, we are taking care of that issues, my lord.
Page 4, all your projects will be commissioned in 26, 27, 2026,
These are all-
2028.
These are long-term projects, That's why, in para B, we have said, within 3 to 4 months that 10 megawatt capacity will be installed and there will be no crisis because, already we have a shortage of 8 to 9 megawatts. So this has been explained in B, and D for the time being so that there cannot be any issues for the consumers. So we have been exploring the powers for within fortnight, expected to be augmented within a fortnight. But this is a paragraph number D, page number 3.
In fact, one of my prayer was, my lord, that they should furnish the power interruption report, which is a computerized report,
Yes, sir.
which they cannot fiddle or change with. What they say the shortage is 8 to 9 is absolutely untrue, which is what they are saying on an affidavit, my lord. Very unfortunate that an
You say 20.
20, my lord. It's absolute 20, my lord. At best, it would be 18, my lord. During non-peak hours, my lord. During peak hours, the shortage is about 20 megawatts. They were supposed to file their power disruption report. This is a computerized, digitized reports, my lord, which is available. If the situation so arises, possibly even I'll have to file an application for appointing a commissioner to inspect it, physically go and verify whether these affidavits are true or not. They cannot just pick up any figure and put it in the affidavit and file it in the court, my lord. They should be conscious that they are filing something in a proceeding which concerns the public at large.
The court also observed earlier that it is necessary for providing clean, green energy to the
Yes,
islanders.
yes, my lord. That's why I'm not this.
That has been turned down, that has been discontinued. I mean,
Not,
There are two parts to it, man. One is that project is there. But the only thing is the Solar Energy Corporation, they
Ah,
were the,
yes.
they were
They were
the big
released.
processing
They were
managers, they
released,
have been released out of it. With the condition the administration would themselves float the tender and implement the project. The project is still live. But those are long-term projects, my lord. We if we go into it,
These are all.
28, I think not before 2030. We know how the administration works. Things are going back to worse.
not in para 4, we have disclosed, you know, that are the.
In a very casual
Main
manner
number
without indicating a
Four,
timeline.
we have been mentioned. We have given the timeline also when it will be commissioned.
This additional power thing, they say it will be within.
3 megawatt LNG power plant,
3 megawatts. 3 megawatts.
should be, I suppose, you know, 3 to 5 megawatts can be metered by the additional,
It's 3 or 5, be sure.
which will be around 3 to 5, it will be metered with the difficulty.
Around 3 megawatts, you
Yes,
say.
yes.
See, I read 5 over there.
Sir, I am saying 3, in between 3 to 5, we will be in the possibility to explain.
Kids, not an engineer.
No, I am not an engineer, so I have to assist the court. So I am showing the, what are the instruction I have been got, I am explaining to the court in this aspect.
I can't see.
You've talked about retendering. When is this process going to complete?
Shall be explained.
These are very
There are
good
two
terms.
two engines has been.
I think we request a further comprehensive report
Very
with all the relevant documents.
Document, my lord. And
And then let us record this point B where he says that within a fortnight there will be some improvement.
And retendering of the 15 megawatt, my lord, because it was not within the competence of the Lieutenant Governor to have refused it, my lord.
Let us record our
My
opinion.
lord.
A special officer used to be appointed
For what?
to ascertain whether IAS, IPS, they are enjoying electricity without any break.
You stated that on record?
No. Practically, we know that.
That-
It's a officer, my lord.
One thing, we know a lot of things practically which don't come on record. If you can be bold enough to
That reason.
put it on record, if an affidavit will take it.
Application,
Not,
Special officer is required to be appointed.
please file an application, we'll consider.
I cannot do it.
That's the.
The petitioner
He
has
is
to-
representing a party. That's the reason, my lord, the power introduction report was sought for, my lord. Kindly ask them to file even that report relating to all the areas, my lord.
Elite people are enjoying electricity, poor and middle class.
Sir, we discuss lot of things in court which you are not able to put on record.
No, I cannot do it.
Before a court passes any direction, it should be on record.
The advocates are not able
The
to
court
do
can
their work in the
do
paper,
that.
man.
It's very difficult.
We understand because we are facing this difficulty for the last
10
2
hours,
weeks.
not
We understand,
every day 10 hours.
but still you don't agree to put it on record.
No, I'm
Off
applying
the
for
record, there were certain suggestions from the members of the bar that let's give a resolution that we will not be attending the courts and in view of this situation. It's not a boycott of the court proceedings.
We understand,
Because of
we
the
understand,
inability
yes.
to prepare
Prepare the
themselves.
documents.
No, this is a serious issue. It's going on for quite some time. Let us give certain directions. I will, let us see.
Your lordships, we read.
Certain strong directions, man.
And on the next, in the next circuit, let a senior official who can apprise the court of the present situation be there in court.
Senior officer who is competent to take decisions, my lord.
Secretary power.
Yes.
Your lordships, we are also reiterating our request to be discharged from the array of parties. Your
We'll do
lordship.
that, we'll do that.
Grateful, your lordships.
A supplementary affidavit used by the petitioner and response used by the administration to the said affidavit are taken on record. Paragraph for learned counsels for the parties. At the outset, it is necessary to record that Now, at the outset, it is submitted on behalf of the sixth respondent that though the said respondent was initially page 159, you said,
For the necessary clarity, but in view of the development plan.
initially proposed to be appointed as the bid process manager, comma. Subsequently, the administration decided to float slash process the tender through the administration itself and relieved the sixth respondent of such responsibilities. Learned Counsel submits that the sixth respondent, no longer being a necessary party to the application, comma, may be discharged. Paragraph, in view of the changed situation, absolving the sixth respondent from processing the bid, comma. The sixth respondent is no longer a necessary or proper party to the present application and may be their name may be expunged from the cause title of the application. Paragraph. Certain issues have been raised on behalf of the petitioner in the supplementary affidavit filed by him. The issues have not been appropriately responded to by the administration. With regard to installation of the 10 megawatt diesel generator, Learned Counsel for the administration submits that the said generator shall be commissioned in place of the plant at Chatham, which was closed down in order to provide space for the same and is expected to be commissioned in the next 3 to 4 months. Paragraph. This court is surprised to find that the Central Electricity Authority had approved the proposal for purchase of 15 megawatt diesel generator within bracket 9 megawatt for Chatham Powerhouse and 6 megawatts for Phoenix Bay Powerhouse with bracket closed during the year 2024. Despite such approval, the Lieutenant Governor turned down the tender process relating to the same with an observation that the administration should opt for green energy. This court fails to understand under what authority the Lieutenant Governor turned down the process despite the same being approved by the Central Electricity Authority. It is expected that the Lieutenant Governor shall take necessary steps for materialization of the proposal approved by the Central Electricity Authority in order to resolve the present power crisis. Let us record it as if it is expected. Paragraph. Learned Counsel for the department submits that the department is exploring various ways and means to augment the supply of electricity as a stopgap arrangement till the tenders which are in the pipeline are floated and the 15 megawatt diesel generator commissioned. The administration undertakes to augment the shortage of around 3 megawatts from the existing hired power plants on account of breakdown of DG sets. DG sets in one of the existing plants.
Well, that said within the fortnight, I kindly add that, madam.
Plants within a fortnight from date. Paragraph. The existing power crisis in the islands is a cause of sufferance to the people at large. It is expected that the administration shall take immediate and fruitful steps in order to resolve the issue. Paragraph. A comprehensive report be submitted by the administration on the adjourned date, annexing relevant documents to suggest documents to indicate the steps taken by them to resolve the issue. A competent senior officer
Kindly
Who shall
indicate
be-
designation, madam.
who should be there,
Arun,
we are not aware of.
I think technical.
Yes,
What technical? Like, you want to bring an executive engineer who deals with the division of this. A person who takes the decision.
technical person do.
He is at the ground level.
He'll only execute.
Execute. Why are they shying? I think that's the secretary power should be the competent.
Let it be, secretary power may not be
Not
called.
the chief secretary, secretary power.
Still,
And director power and the superintending engineer. Director power is a party.
who's seniors, secretary power or director power?
Secretary power. We have, madam, there's a director, secretary, then principal secretary, then chief secretary.
Let the director be present. Let the director be present. Secretary will be called later if required.
step by step.
What did I say? The director within bracket power, please strike out that line, no? Power, Andaman and Nicobar Administration Director. Shall remain present before this court on the adjourned date to apprise the court of the of the situation as on that date and the steps taken by the authority to meet the same. Paragraph, the matter be placed before, let it be on the second day because first day the other PI list has been fixed.
We'll take up, my lord, we'll persuade the honorable bench, my lord, to take it up from day one, my lord. So that
Day one, there's already one PIL pending.
we have lots of, we have lot of PLs, no road, no water, no electricity. Even the bridge has gone now, that Chatham Bridge was closed.
Yes, yes. It's cracked, I believe, and it has stopped.
Stop. No, I don't know how the generators are going to be shifted there because the bridge is non-operational.
I was actually having that in mind when I was dictating this because I've just heard that yesterday that the
They think
traffic
2 months,
also
3 months, they'll
closed
change
down.
once the bridge gets repaired, then only they'll shift it. So that these excuses will come in installments.
The matter be placed before the placed on the second day of the next available circuit bench under the heading to be mentioned.
Obliged.
Next.
Section 5 application taken out, he need to appeal.
Have you
Let him
served?
contact after service.
Not served. The appellant is directed to serve copy of the appellant is directed to serve copy of the application under section 5 of the Limitation Act upon the respondents and file affidavit of service on the adjourned date. Paragraph, the matter be placed before the next available circuit bench. I'll come back in 5 minutes after the arrangement is made.
Lord, the grievance has been that we have issued this. It can be.
Transfer certificate.
WhatsApp. Let this be disposed of in that terms along with the direction that in the due course of time, hard copy will be provided.
Hard copy will be provided.
Your Lordship, the new school is requiring the hard.
Yes.
Yes, it is, of course, it will be provided.
Hard.
Even they didn't visit. They were asked to visit the school today.
Let it be a guided to that.
Lord, I have responded about the husband. Lord, I have a small submission of 2 minutes. Lord.
Are you a party to this?
Yes, Lord. I will made a party respondent number 2.
Yes.
But my only submission is that the husband and wife married in the year 2017.
This is not a case of.
Second. They were living for past 8 years. Only in January 2025, they got separated because of some issues.
The TC has been asked. It has been
TC has nothing to do with your matrimonial life, sir.
lost of time efficient. TC needs to be given to the child for his education. What I am proposing, Lordship, because of some family issues, their husband and wife got separated, and there is every chances that
You approach the appropriate forum. This is not the appropriate forum. Here, the limited issue is grant of TC. And that has nothing to do with the matrimonial issues, right?
Lordship, I am what I pray. The TC will be issued. I wrote you. I only pray.
You cannot have an issue on that, sir.
Lordship, I only pray that the matter will be sent for mediation. There is every chance that it is
In a TC matter? In a TC matter, I'll send it for mediation and call the principal there.
No.
Please be careful about your submission, sir.
For the husband,
Forum. You have cases pending.
no, there is only guardianship case and a maintenance case is pending.
In both the cases, you can approach the mediation. Not in this case. This has a very limited scope.
They are in the very initial stage, Lordship.
I understand. Make this submission before the appropriate forum where the cases are pending. Let them be sent to the for mediation. Not in this case. This only relates to issuance of transfer certificate. I have to call the principal also then. That's not possible. Learned counsel for the Learned counsel for the petitioners submits that the transfer certificate has been issued by the first respondent in favor of the child through WhatsApp, and the petitioners have been called to the school for receiving the hard copy thereof. Paragraph. When will you go? Tomorrow? The petitioners intend to visit the school tomorrow, that is, on 12th August 2025 for receiving the same. Paragraph. In view of the above, this court is inclined to hold that since nothing further remains to be adjudicated in the present application, the same is disposed of.
Much obliged.
Next.
Item number 2, WPS 125. Item number 2 and item number 3 are the value added tax.
Copy may be given to one. Those are.
Affiliate of service has been filed.
Same. Your share is the same issue? The same order will be passed? Huh? 25th July. The order dated 25th July, not 27th. You are saying 27th?
$15. The include order is 27. Order this one will go of happens in the.
So the same orders will be passed. Next.
Item number 4, WPS 403.
Will taken in the next survey, the first they are entitled for years up to $40. That is not that.
Available. On prayer of the petitioner, the matter be placed before the next available certificate. 4 and 5.